When investigators approached Flight 402, the engines were still running. Not struggling, not failing, running. The aircraft sat perfectly centered on a remote runway outside Denver International Airport. There had been no landing clearance, no emergency declaration. Air traffic control had not authorized a descent. And yet, it had landed. When ground crews made visual contact, something felt wrong. No ground personnel had guided it in. No pilot had announced final approach. Still, the landing gear was down. The flaps were adjusted. The descent path had been flawless. The cabin door was locked from the inside. Inside, they found coffee cups still warm, seatbelts buckled, meal trays open. But no passengers, no crew. Not 180 souls. Flight 402 departed Seattle at 7:42 p.m. under clear skies. Modern aircraft, advanced avionics, fully redundant systems. For 20 minutes, everything was routine. Then, at exactly 8:13 p.m., the plane disappeared. Not from the sky, from the grid. Radar telemetry shows a complete blackout lasting 3 minutes. The transponder stopped transmitting. Satellite tracking returned nothing. For 180 seconds, Flight 402 ceased to exist within global aviation systems. Then it came back. Same altitude, same heading, as if the interruption had never occurred. Except now, air traffic control could not raise the cockpit. No voice response, no emergency code, only static. 22 minutes later, the aircraft began descending. This is where the impossible begins. Autopilot systems do not decide to land. They execute commands. They require confirmation, manual oversight.
Flight 402, this is Tower Control, do you copy? Flight 402, you are not cleared to land. I repeat, you are not cleared to land. 402, respond immediately. You are entering restricted airspace. Flight 402, we are not receiving your transponder signal. Confirm altitude and heading. Flight 402, respond.
Flight 402 lowered its landing gear without a pilot, adjusted its speed, captured the glide slope, and touched down with surgical precision. No human input was recorded. Inside the cabin, the scene felt preserved. A child's movie paused mid-frame, a half-written text message glowing on a screen. Something feels... Oxygen masks intact. No depressurization. No damage to doors or windows. Seatbelts still fastened across empty seats, as if the people had vanished without unbuckling themselves. Thermal imaging later revealed faint residual heat in several seats, suggesting bodies had occupied them moments earlier. The cockpit was empty, pilot seats upright, headsets hanging in place, flight systems operational. The flight data recorder showed no mechanical failure, no turbulence spike, no anomaly. Then, investigators opened the cockpit voice recorder. There were no voices, no alarms, no confusion, only a low-frequency hum, rhythmic, steady, almost patterned. Audio analysts confirmed it did not match engine harmonics. It did not match electrical interference. It lasted exactly 3 minutes. The same 3 minutes as the blackout. Infrared runway cameras captured the landing, but thermal scans of the cabin windows showed no internal heat signatures consistent with living passengers. Every passenger device lost network connectivity during the blackout. Several phones rebooted simultaneously when telemetry returned. Digital forensic teams described it as synchronized disruption. But no malware signature was ever found. No remote override logs. No trace. Theories spread. An unprecedented electromagnetic burst. A classified AI override experiment, a rare atmospheric plasma anomaly. But none explain the absence of biological evidence. No radiation traces, no chemical residue, no structural compromise, no open exits, no debris field, no ransom demands. Nothing. Fuel analysis later showed that if the aircraft had not landed when it did, it could have remained airborne for another 42 minutes, which means something, or someone, initiated that landing sequence deliberately. The engines were shut down manually by ground crews, but the question remained, what happened during those 3 minutes? How do 180 people disappear inside a sealed, pressurized cabin without triggering a single mechanical alarm? Flight 402 remains classified as an unresolved disappearance anomaly. No remains recovered. No confirmed cause. Just a plane that completed its journey after its passengers were no longer there. A perfect landing, a cabin full of silence, and 3 missing minutes that no one has ever been able to explain.